What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Titletown Podcast. It's Chase here with my friend Drew. What's going on, Drew?
Hey, guys.
All right. So here's what's going to do. Today we're going to talk about Kemba Walker's knee injury and what the Celtics, how they should handle it, especially now that we're down a star with Gordon Hayward gone for good. Before we get started, we want to say that we are brought to you by Forever Boston Green on Instagram. I'm going to throw his logo on the top and throw his title under our caption real quick. All right, to get us started, just a little background on the injury. Kemba Walker's had like a knee injury bothering him for a while here and there. You know, he missed a little bit of last season for it too, just here and there. You know, Celtics point guard having a knee injury, not a surprise. For some reason, that's a common theme in the past couple we've had with him and Kyrie. But he got stem cell injections in his knee, which it sounds promising. I've never heard of that ever before. And stem cells are the best cells out there. So, you know, maybe that's going to heal him for good. But his recovery timeline is, in quotes, middle of January, end of January. And what Kemba had to say about it is he said, also in quotes, I am in no rush to heal. Drew, what's your opinion on that real quick?
You know, the Celtics have had their experience with some diva point guards. And up until now, Kemba has been the example, the role model of a great team player. And he's been so good at staying out of the spotlight and elevating his teammates. This is the first time I've ever been a little suspect of Kemba's attitude. Why are you in no rush to get back? We're a win now team. You're an enormously pivotal role on the Celtics team. And to play devil's advocate against what I'm currently saying, he wants to be 100% healthy when he gets back. This knee injury has been bothering him for a while, and he might feel like he can be a better asset, 100% healthy. But just the statement and the diva attitude of like, oh, I'm in no rush. Like, it's all about me. It's not about the team. It doesn't seem very in character for Kemba, and definitely was pretty upsetting from a fan's perspective.
Yeah, before I give my thing, it's interesting too because the Celtics were, in quotes again, I know I said that a bunch today, but the Celtics were, quote, aggressively trying to trade him to move in the top 5. So does this knee injury have something to do with like what happened with IT and us, how we just had to dish him so we could get picked? So we got Kyrie for him because we weren't confident on his healing timeline. So here's my thing. I have to disagree with you, Drew, and I don't think he is coming off as – or you know what? I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm going to agree to disagree. So here's my thing. I think that he is being a little selfish by saying I'm in no rush to heal, but I kind of like that he is being selfish because, one, we're going to get 100% healthy Kemba back, which I feel like we never had after his original knee injury last year. And we all know that's more important than maybe getting the 3rd seed when we end up with the 4th. You know, maybe I'd rather have the 4th and 100% healthy Kemba than the 3rd and 50% healthy Kemba. You know, I'm not saying that's where our seed's going to be. I'm just like putting in perspective that this might be what we would be dealing with. And the other reason why I like this is because I do not think that Kemba stunts any player's abilities when he's on the court. But this is going to give guys like Langford, a guy like Tremont Waters, a guy like Tatum and Brown, some younger guys on our team that maybe have to share the spotlight with Kemba. It's going to give them time to grow for like maybe the first month of the season as what the timeline is. I don't care when Kemba comes back as long as he comes back 100% healthy and ready to go for the playoffs whenever they are. I don't know when they exactly are this year because I know we're starting – you know, in a couple of weeks as opposed to late October. But that's just my thing. Do you have anything to say to that?
Yeah, so I think from my perspective, it's less about how this injury is helping or hurting the team. And it's less about his actual timeline for coming back because obviously he wants to come back and be fully healthy. I just somehow felt like the general attitude of being like, oh, I'm in no rush. Like that doesn't feel like someone who's a good team player. Some things to say in his defense and to play devil's advocate against myself. We had a really short offseason advancing as far into the playoffs as we did. And that's obviously not good for someone who has a persisting knee injury. And he has never had any long-term injury out for a while before in his career. And this does feel needed for him. It's just something about saying that he's in no rush feels like a selfish non-team player.
Yeah, so how I'm going to just respond to that, and then we're going to end this because it's a very quick segment.
Yeah.
But how I'm going to respond to that is I wasn't present when he said that. You weren't present when he said that. And I don't know how other words do him justice. So if he's coming across, I'm not saying you're wrong that he's coming across as selfish, but if he isn't, like, we weren't there to be the judge of his tone, his attitude.
Yeah.
And if he did come across as selfish, then I don't want him playing for the Celtics. And I feel like you can agree with me with that. Boston is a very do-your-job city. We love having stars. But we rarely have stars that cause drama. You know, anyone that causes drama, they're typically out the door like that. We're not like New York when they had Odell. We're not like Golden State when they had Katie and Draymond beefing. You know what I mean? I can give you more examples of players around the league. I can go on and on, but we don't need to. Boston is a very do-your-job city. I know it's the Patriots just attitude, and it translates for everyone. You know what I mean? You have just like guys like Poppy, the past star. He did his job. He was in the spotlight, but he never said anything bad. You had Mookie, who kind of was against that. He wasn't really. He was about that, and we shipped him away to the Dodgers.
Kyrie got him out. Yeah,
Kyrie shipped him out. Like, you know, those are just some guys insane. So, you know, I love Kemba. I really like what he brings to the team. He's an elite talent that isn't an elite pain in our ass when it comes to being an elite talent, which, you know, Kyrie was. He resembles a little bit of the IT attitude where he's like, I'm going to go off when I need to go off. And I feel like everyone can agree with that. So hopefully this isn't bad the way he said that, and hopefully he does come back healthy eventually. That's the only thing we can say to that. So any last thing you want to say before we just wrap this up?
That's it for me. I'm excited to see some of our younger players getting some more minutes and have some more shots and development.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. And remember, like, subscribe, follow us on whatever platform you're listening on, and we'll be back soon. And one more time, we are brought to you by Forever Boston Green on Instagram. Great Celtics page account. He's going to be sponsoring our Celtics videos for the near future. So go follow him if you want Celtics news. And Drew, thank you for joining on.
Of course. Thanks, guys.